This is Carla from the Learn English by Speaking English show, and her kitty Krishna is trying to get involved. I hope he doesn't decide to talk, because to be honest, he talks longer than I do and louder than I do at times. Although people do say I talk very loud. And Jeannie is here. I didn't know she was coming for sure. Okay, so we have an English speaker. Thank you, Jeannie. I did not expect you. I appreciate it more than you know. Anyway, we can't hear you, Jean.
Unmute yourself if you need.
Okay, we're starting 2022 off right. Honey, you need to unmute yourself. You started out saying we have an English speaker, and I'm thinking, Dr. Huang's here. Of course you have an English speaker.
Well, Dr. Huang is wonderful too, but sometimes I need an English speaker who is native English speaker. Dr. Huang is wonderful. Please, Huang, don't take that as an insult. In fact, yesterday, Dr. Huang asked me if I was going to invite Victor for today. And I told her I didn't know because Victor is traveling. But whether Victor's here or not, I now have Jeannie.
Yes.
So I have the best of all worlds. I have Dr. Huang, and I have Jeannie, and I have me, and I have Shabazz in the background. I mean, what else can I ask for? And having said that, let's move on to the rules, and then I will begin sharing out the YouTube link, which I haven't shared to anyone yet, and I need to share it here too. So guys, give me a moment. I'm doing that, but the rules are very simple, and you guys have heard them many, many times. When you come to the show, first of all, if you are a man, remember you need to have your camera on. And if you have your camera on, you are more than welcome. If you are a lady, remember, you need to have your camera on. And if you have your camera on, you are more than welcome. Okay, I think I just
want to join the six-figure.
Okay.
Thank you, YouTube.
YouTube is doing its thing, and sometimes it's no fun that it does, but what can I say? It's part of YouTube. YouTube, thank you very much. I am sharing your link out to everyone in my, no, I'm not yet. Everyone in my group who's on the show right now. And then I will be sharing it out to people on Facebook. Give me a moment to do it.
Okay.
But YouTube is doing what it wants to do and not what I want it to do. Let me get it back.
Finish the rules.
Okay, the rules are, so if you're a man, have your camera on just like Dom does now. If you are not a man and you are a lady, and if your family does not want you to show your face, don't feel bad, come anyway, and we will let you in. Number 2, remember to keep your mic closed until we are speaking with you. When that happens, you are more than welcome to open up your mic and say whatever you have on your mind. Number 3, Please remember to come dressed appropriately. You are representing your country. And because you are representing your country, you want to look good. No underwear and no, you must be covered. And number 4, unless you are really sick, please be sitting up. If you're really sick, you should stay in bed and just watch the show. But if you have a back problem and the doctor said, lay down constantly, we will still let you in the show. Having said that, I'm going to pass the mic to Halong to introduce herself, please.
Hello, Carla and everyone. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to talk, to introduce myself, to share my stories. So my name is Huong. Yeah, I'm from Vietnam. I'm a lecturer in a government university in the northern part of Vietnam. I have been teaching marketing, economics, and international business for more than 17 years. With more than 10,000 students from different countries and different provinces in Vietnam as well. Apart from that, I am living and working right now as a province. It's about 100 kilometers away from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. Yes, I'm so happy to be here to support my students and people around me in my community. Apart from that, I really love talking with people from different countries, different cultures, and different parts of this planet. So that's why I keep joining a lot of meetings and Carla shows as well to talk with you, with people from everywhere. Thank you so much, and most welcome all of you to the meeting to talk with us. Thank you.
Let me say something about Dr. Huang. I love her dearly. I've known her for, it's 2 years now, right, Huang, or very close to it. And when she first came, just getting her to say hello was actually torture for me because she was so shy and she wouldn't say a word. But look at her now and how much she has grown. She really is speaking English. She works at becoming better at it every day. And she didn't mind making mistakes. And because she didn't mind making mistakes, she became really good at it. And I want to congratulate her for all the work she has done. I am extremely proud of her. And she has come a long, long way and will go even further in 2022. Thank you, Huang.
Thank you. I'm over the moon right now. I'm so happy for that. Thank you, Carla, very much.
I know you did not expect me to say that. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and we're starting a new year. This is the time to say things like that. Huang, thank you so very much for all you do. I want you to know that I totally appreciate you and feel very lucky to have you as part of this routine.
Same here, Carla.
On a regular basis, and you put up with my craziness, and it's really quite wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep, Jeannie.
Good morning, good afternoon, and a fabulous evening to those on the other side of the world.
Wow.
You reminded me to do that. I forgot that in the beginning. So thank you, Jean.
I heard like a magnificent, like a wonderful evening.
It's always awesome to think about where we are in the world and how time is relative. You know, it's morning. The sun just came up here where I live in California. My name is Jean, and I'm a friend of Carla's. I'm very active with her Mindplore with Carla and Friends show, and I've been watching and participating in the Learn English shows just as well. I worked with executives from around the world in my career, but never in this capacity where it's just getting comfortable talking to friends and helping others learn the language. And I know that that's learning this language, learning any language is not an easy task, especially after you're 5 years old. You know, in the early years, our brains are a little bit more elastic. As we get into later years, we have to repeat, or practice. And in my experience, what I found is many people are great with the written word and not as comfortable with the spoken word. And what I love about this platform, and that you guys come to listen and to participate, is that you get to listen and you get to participate and you get to make the tiny mistakes, because that's all they are, is you're learning. They're tiny mistakes. When you were a child and you learned to ride a bicycle, you didn't do it the first time. You actually had training wheels, probably, or you started on a tricycle. My 2-year-old grandson just got his first tricycle, so it reminded me that's how we start. And I had to teach him to put his feet on the pedals, and we're still working on this idea that you have to move the pedals. He doesn't quite get that yet. You know, and that's the same thing here. Learning to speak English confidently takes practice. And here we get to keep the training wheels on. So we want you to try and excuse me, and to allow yourself to maybe not be perfect. You might feel embarrassed, but that's okay. That's why we're here. And I really appreciate that process that Carla has put in place.
Can I add something? This all started because of my friend Rayhan Alawala, but I want to take the word try and change it to do, because we can't really try to do anything. We can only do it. And you guys are doing an excellent job. I know it's scary when you first go on Facebook or you go live anywhere, and especially to speak in a different language. I have to admit, and no one will believe that I'm saying this, that I myself often feel a little scared every time I come. I have no idea who's going to show up or if anyone's going to show up. I don't know if someone's going to be really kind of crazy and I won't, we need to get rid of them. Every time I go on this show, there's some fear. But unless I get past it and do the work, it doesn't get done. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just come and do it. Because really the mistakes you make are not that fantastic, that great. No one would notice them. But we notice, Jeannie and I may notice them because we don't speak the same way you do, but you're still saying it correctly. And you are a second language speaker, and we understand that. And that's the beginning of learning in this, doing this show. So thank you. Yes?
I think we need to make coffee mugs that people can get on your website that have a picture of Yoda saying, do or do not, there is no try.
If we could figure out a way to finance that, I would do that as part of Patreon. People could pay a certain amount and get one of those cups, and that would be another Patreon tier that we could add. Because basically Patreon is to keep the show on there. It's not for anything else. And any donation of $5 or more is very, very, very appreciated by anyone, anywhere.
And that reminds me of two things to say before we jump into our guests. One is, Carla mentioned the Patreon page. It's the Giggle Lady on Patreon. So it's patreons.com/Giggle Lady, the Giggle Lady, I think.
Yes.
The link will be on the website, and Carla will send it out on Facebook as well. So that's one way to help support the show, to keep it on. It does unfortunately cost money to be able to do all of this and have all the technology available. The other is to encourage anybody listening to go to the YouTube channel, Giggle University on YouTube, and subscribe, comment while we're live or after, and also, you know, to give it a thumbs up and share it out to all of your networks so that more people know about it. The more we can get on the subscriptions, the better YouTube will be at sending it out to a wider audience. So that helps all around. And that's it for the commercials.
Yeah, we may remind you later on in the show, but for now, that is it for commercials. We have Dom here, either Halong or Jeannie. Do you want to speak with him and make him feel comfortable so we can move forward?
Sure. I'll start, and maybe Dr. Huang, you can jump in if you have a question. Dom, hello, how are you doing today, this evening?
Hello everyone. Hello Chini. Good evening from Vietnam. Yeah, and yeah, today I'm good. Yeah.
How was your day? Was
yeah,
it busy?
Yeah. Today I'm very busy. I'm wake up around 5:30 a.m. and after that I.
Ouch!
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
We should say that both Carla and I are really not morning people.
yeah,
I'm
You're not
always in
early
awe.
birds.
I'm always in awe of people who can get up really early and get things done, because I used to get up really early and feel like I was dragging myself to the coffee pot.
Oh,
yeah. And I wake up early, so today I forget drink coffee, so I'm so sleep when at the night. Yeah, sleepy. Yeah, and when I wake up and I clean my floor and floor, because my babies always walk walk on floor. Yeah.
Go work out on the floor?
Yeah, I don't explain the
Exercise?
yeah, you know, my baby has is 8 months, so I don't explain for his walk, don't walk, and his move, he move on floor. Yeah, she move floor.
Did you say you have a baby that's 8 months?
Yes.
Oh my! You don't need to exercise.
9 months. Yeah,
Yeah,
9
you don't
months.
need to exercise. You just need to follow that little baby.
Yeah, yeah. I scare his have dirty, so I must to clean my floor. Yeah, and after that I go to my office for learning English, and I I come and after that I play volleyball with my coworker, and after that I go to my house and speak with my baby, play my baby and I have play soccer with my young brother. And so when I play soccer and volleyball, so I'm so a little tired, and yeah, and now I enjoy the Carla group, yeah, Carla show.
Okay, that's a busy day. So do you do anything special to kick off a new year? Like it's 2022. Have you done anything to mark this new year?
Sorry, can you explain the question?
Yeah, we just went through changing from 2021 to 2022. Do you do anything special, like set up resolutions for the next year, set new goals?
Yeah. Okay. Well, with the 2022, I want to have a band 6.5 IELTS, and I want to improve my English, and I want to find stock market, and I want to learn more book. Yeah.
So you want to learn the stock market,
Yeah.
continue to get better at learning English.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear the third one.
I want to read a lot of books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you like to read?
I like to read motivation books.
Motivation books. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when you read a motivation book, do you find little sayings and write them down so you can remind yourself of them, or do you just read for fun and to absorb the information? Or
I read for I want to improve my myself, so I read and mental and discipline of them, and I want to practice follow them. Okay, yeah, and sometimes I watch the TED Talk or YouTube, just
oh yeah,
and yeah, I try that for them. Yeah.
You have to love YouTube. My grandsons, I have 3 grandsons, and they love YouTube for different reasons. The older grandsons like to watch everybody play Minecraft, and I guess on YouTube you can take a video of you playing Minecraft and other people like watching it. I don't understand that because I don't play Minecraft, but the older boys love that. And my 2-year-old grandson has learned to flip through baby videos. I don't know how they set it up, but that's all he can get to. So he holds a tablet like he's 5 or 6, like his brothers. He holds the tablet and he watches a movie, a little video, and about halfway through he's doing this and he's watching another one. And it's amazing that a 2-year-old knows how to get around on a tablet like this.
Yeah.
But YouTube, boy, you can learn just about anything on YouTube. My son taught himself how to play heavy metal lead guitar. I had to hear it, but at least he learned how to play it. I'd rather have folk music, and he's into heavy metal. So I went to sleep every night to ding, 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 really loud music.
Yeah, and when we concentrate for the thing, we can research on YouTube, and every learn lesson and teach hours. Yeah. And
yes.
yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
often say if I had YouTube when I was in college, I would have several PhDs because it helps me learn faster.
Yeah.
Dr. Huang, do you have any questions for Dom?
Excuse me, I don't know who the person, Tayab, if you don't sit up, we're removing you. You are not following our directions. You need to sit up straight. Okay, do you want to try saying it to him, Huang? Because this is inappropriate.
Yeah. Sit straight, please.
Oh my God. I'm not.
Sorry, we're going to need to remove you. You
Okay,
need
take it
to
easy.
sit up.
Take it easy. Take it easy. It's so rude for me. Take care. Bye-bye.
No, I need you to sit up. That's all I'm asking. Okay, go on. I'm so sorry. I did not need to be rude, but everyone needs to follow that direction. I'm sorry. Was I wrong?
No.
Please
No.
continue.
Okay.
Dr.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to see you here today as well. Yes. That's so great when seeing you keep joining, talking, practicing, and improving as well. Oh my God. Yes. That's like amazing. That's,
Yeah.
you know, when the first time I invited to join Carla shows, I remember that you had a lot of hesitation. Like you asked me many things. Who is she? What's she doing there? But right now, I can feel that you are much more confident than before.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Dr. Hương. And I have a question and for you. And when the first time you joined the color show, and I want to watch again your video. Yeah, the first time you joined the color show.
All videos are available on English. I mean, spoken. I can Facebook, right? So Speaking English Foundation. Yeah, Speak English Foundation. You can find there, and all videos, all sections are there. You can watch it. Yeah,
And
I can say that Carla, she has been doing great job, for many years. Oh my God, I can't believe in my eyes that I I can't believe that I will be able to do like her. I just keep learning, and I have got a lot of inspiration from her to continue section with our groups. You know that we have English globally groups, right? Yes, but to stay like a consistent and consistent like her. Oh my God, I don't know how long I can run the meeting, host the meeting like her. So she's a great teacher. I have learned a lot of things from her as well. And apart from that, um, she providing a lot of opportunity to talk with a lot of people, wonderful friends like Jeannie, one of them, yeah, and Victor, and a lot of other members as well. So that's she's very amazing. Not able to have a good and enough words to talk about her. Even sometimes she always she is very humble to to say oh my God, doing like this like that, but no matter, no problem, Carla, you are doing great here. So people, learners, students, they should get to know about the things that you should be serious when learning. If you want to improve, yeah, you want to go ahead, you want to achieve something interesting, something good for the life, you should be serious when doing that, right? So if you don't make the efforts, you don't make dedication, you don't stay serious to study, how can you improve? How can you achieve your goals? So that's why that's very important thing in life. I have observed that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and I asked for myself, wow, this is the holiday in New Year. Wow, she continued to join the Carla show. Oh my God, oh my God, so she continued. And you know, I have another English group, so he's get up about 10 days for New Year's. Yeah, I'm very appreciate her. Yeah, and Chini, and I like the color show, and she always sometimes she have a guest and guest speak and send motivation and inspiration for learner. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
I am so amazed to listen to Huang and speak. Keep going. You guys are having such a wonderful conversation in English, and really, really, you are speaking so very well. Dom, you have grown so much in just a very short time. And Huang just keeps on doing it and has grown tremendously.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope that in the future, we can spread this love, this kindness from Carla to this world, to our young generations as well. Because right now, people, they are very like selfish and they behave like that. Like they don't want to do kind and good things to other people. They just think about themselves. So that's a bad thing in this life. Because if we don't support each other, we don't work hand in hands, and we don't join each other, so we are not able to solve problem globally, right? So I can say that how we can sacrifice, how can we dedicate like Carla. That's such a great mirror for us to follow, to learn from her. Yeah, so that's for many years.
Jeannie,
Yeah.
please take over. This is too much.
Okay, I do believe Carla is turning red in the face and blushing. And it's okay, Carla, because
You deserve it, Carla.
one of the things that we have to learn to do is receive the good words from others. If we're going to give out support, we need to be able to receive support. And I think we're going to go through that kind of cultural change around the world in this new year, because we've been through 2 years of difficulties, just pure and simple difficulties, whether it's the pandemic or the economy or whatever. We've all learned, but I think what I took away from the pandemic is we each have a role to make a difference. And it's just with the people around us, because there's a philosophy that I live by, and that's the only person I can control is me. And what that means is how I react to something makes a difference. It changes the energy in a room when I walk into a room and I'm happy, or when I walk into a room and I'm a little depressed. And then during the pandemic, we didn't get to walk into a lot of rooms because we were quarantined. And I think the quarantine went around the world, so many of us lived fairly by ourselves or alone, just with our families. And so we get to learn again how important those people are to us, and how important our close circle of friends are, and how we react to what they're doing is important. So the only person I can control is me, and it's how I react to something. And then we get to change the people around us because they react the same way. So if I'm reacting positively, other people are going to get that energy, and that's going to spread to the people they know and the people they know. So we are very powerful in our own right if we remember that we can make a change by just changing ourselves. So that's very deep philosophy.
Changing ourselves. Go on. Oh,
But well, changing ourselves means just being aware of how we show up, making a decision. You know, I'm going to have a good day. That's a huge change. I can tell you that the astrologers are talking about the new moon in Capricorn and what that means, but they use another language. And by that, I don't mean that they're speaking German or French or Vietnamese or, you know, another language. They're speaking in terms that we call jargon, or they're like shorthand terms. So people who know astrology know what they mean when they talk about, I can't even tell you all the different words, but this is in transit in this house, that kind of thing. They can lose me in a nanosecond when they start speaking in astrology terms. But the overall focus that I read over the weekend during the change of the new year was that there's going to be a shift in energy, and that it's going to be a positive shift. And I'm looking forward to that. And that's, out of all the stuff that I read, there's going to be a positive shift. That's all I needed to read. Yeah. And so in my mind, how I react to that is, good, we're going to have a positive shift. We need it. This is called healing. Yeah. So when I say change, I'm not saying go change yourself, but change how your awareness of how you show up in the world.
and actually how you are saying it, and we're getting into more mindful language than anything.
I'm sorry, that's my
no, it's perfectly fine. We need to realize that the change begins within, and stop looking at the world and saying, oh, this person did that, and that's why we're having such issues in the world. It's how we look at the world. I heard from a friend last night, old friend, I've known her for over 20 years. I used to teach with her. And she was saying she was so worried about COVID and the new strain and everything. And I thought, if you're so worried about it and so thinking about it, you may end up having it. I know some people who did get to that point. And it's because 24/7, all they did was speak about the virus. Well, it came to them finally. They couldn't resist it. But if you keep your mind on what you want and what makes you happy, that's going to change the world. It's going to change you and how other people perceive you. And as they perceive you differently, the world, they begin wanting to have what you want. And that draws them to you. Instead of thinking, oh no, I don't want to get this, and I'm really worried about driving in the snow today. Well, don't drive in the snow. Don't worry about it. I'm one of them. It's really piling up here. But this is an important point for everyone to take into consideration. So thank you, Jeannie. We got over to Mindpour today. As long as I know Halong may have gotten it. Did you get it, Dom? What I was saying? Tell me what I just said. In simple terms. Dom, I'm waiting for you to talk. I may need Jeannie to explain.
Dom, do you understand what Carla was just talking about?
Yeah, can you explain for me, Jenny?
Sure.
Okay, Jean, I'll let you do it. I think I spoke too fast.
And that is why we do this show.
Yeah.
Right, that's the reason we
It's
do
okay
it.
to say, could you please explain? I can't tell you how many times when I'm talking to somebody, and I live in Sacramento, and we have a big melting pot of various, many cultures. But I cannot tell you how many times I say, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Because I don't quite understand. And it's important to feel comfortable to say that. So thank you, Dom. Yes.
Yeah.
What
It's excellent. That's why I laugh.
Carla was talking about, when we want to make the changes that we were talking about, we have to start from inside our own mind.
Yeah.
We have to change the conversation with what I call the committee. I call it, you have many thoughts that go through your mind sometimes, and some of them are positive, but oftentimes the ones we listen to tend to be a little bit more negative, like, who do you think you are, or you can't do this. Those are thoughts we got when we were kids, and probably an adult was trying to teach us something. I know my parents used to say things like, nobody needs to hear from you right now, because they were trying to get us all to be quiet. They had 7 kids. As a parent and grandparent, I now understand what they were trying to do. But as a kid, I took them literally. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. And I was way into my adult life before I realized I had that voice, kind of that thought going over and over and over and over, like it was on repeat. And that's not true. So I had to work on the inner core of my thoughts and change that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be here today. If I went through life thinking nobody wants to hear from me, which is a valid thing to say to a 4, 5, 6-year-old who's really rambunctious. You'll know when your 9-month-old gets a little older. And right now, my 2-year-old doesn't have words, but he speaks, and he speaks, and he speaks, and he speaks, and he speaks. But I don't know what he's saying because he doesn't have words yet. But then he's going to turn into a 13-year-old who's going to speak and speak and speak and speak, but they use adult words by that time. But there's a reason that a parent would say, you need to sit quietly. Nobody needs to hear from you right now. It would be better to say, you need to sit quietly. I'll listen to you later. But we can't control what parents said to us. But that inner voice, I had to change. That inside of me, I had to change. And that's what Carla was saying. You need to start from inside, what your thoughts are, setting goals that you want to respond to, which you've already told me your goals for this year, which is great. But setting goals helps you go reach something. So you make the change inside yourself, and that is then reflected outside with the people around you. And those little changes, those little adjustments that we make can change the world. When you throw a pebble into a quiet pond, you know what happens when you throw a rock into a pond?
Rock of pan.
When you throw a rock into a pond of water,
Yeah. Okay.
it
I see.
ripples. It ripples.
Waving.
So the
Yeah.
little changes
I see.
around you happen,
Yeah.
but as they ripple out, there can be very big changes.
Yeah.
So I know one time I was laid off from my job, and I was upset because who wouldn't be? But it wasn't in my control. That wasn't something I had control over. So I went through the thought process, allowed myself to release that anger and frustration, and then went, time for new beginnings. And what my friends told me was, I expected you to be more upset. And I was like, there's things I can change by being upset, and there's things I can't. So now I need to work on what's my next adventure. that changed how I showed up. That changed how I was in the world around my friends, which calmed them down because they were worried about me. And then we were able to do the work that we were there to do. So start from inside. That's what she's saying. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I thank you, GD. And you know, when I changed my inside my mind. So when I read a book, yeah, and read a book, and I changed my thoughts and my action. And you know, when 1 year ago, I usually wake up around 8 a.m. and now I read a book and I set a goal, so I wake up 5:30 a.m. and I practice English and I make a decision I choose. Yeah, and I think we make change in my mind. Yeah, in my mind, and input and output. We will do exercise or do action. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great. So
Yeah.
you made the decision inside your mind to make the change. And
Yeah.
then outside you started to make the change. And now you're happy to tell me that you woke up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Even though-
I still say ouch.
But Carla, what he's done is changed. He has time to do some things around the house before he goes. I mean, you said you were cleaning the floors so your baby won't be as dirty when he crawls around. And believe me, babies get used to that, by the way. Yeah, so you said you clean the floor, you do some exercising, you get ready for work, you're reading more books. So that couple of hours in the morning you've been putting to work. And look at where you are right now with speaking English. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And you know, and when I 2 years ago I read a little bit book, so I don't confident and yeah, confident. So I read a book and I confident and I am connection other people and for foreigner and I make confident better. Yeah. And so I can explain for in my language, English language, or my hands or the accent. Yeah.
You know, I just noticed something, and this is off topic, that I forgot to change the title. Today is not just for 20 years old and younger. This is a normal Monday show, and it's for anyone of any age. I will change it on YouTube later. I haven't been able to do it. Just in case you know. Dom, you are doing so well. You should be proud of yourself. Very, very proud of yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Carla.
You're welcome. Long, do you want to say something?
Yes, so I love the sharing and everything you have talked and everything you have shared. So that's I can say that it's kind of like a domino effect. You can say when Ginny elaborated, I can say that when you have great energy, positivity, you are spreading that kind of good thing to the world as well. So you are spreading kindness and beautiful things to this life. So people, young generation, we should learn from you, and everyone should do good thing to each other to support, especially in this situation. So that's why how we can overcome and we can solve own difficulties in life. So all challenges will be solved and handled successfully in the end. I think that I do believe that if all people, they are doing the good things to support each other, so all kind of these difficulties, we can solve it. Yes. So I can say that during this time, I mean, there are a lot of hardships in life, but I can see that Carla, she never like surrendered. She never give up on some challenges or obstacles. So that's really great things. She keep consistent and persistent to run the meeting, to host the meeting. So many people, they give up. So meanwhile, Carla, she doesn't do that. Yeah, so I'm so proud of you, Carla.
Thank you. And I am receiving, Jeannie. I am accepting it.
We've taught her something, Dr. Gwen.
Yeah, that's amazing thing. I want to salute her and head off because, oh my God, so many days with words for adults. I mean, people, for generally as well as small kids as well. She keep patiently talking. Oh my God, with people elaborating, explaining everything. Yeah, and she keep inviting a lot of people as well to support us, to communicate and interact with each other. It's kind of building up a good connectivity for this school.
Thank you, Huang. Can you be around when I'm not feeling so great about it and just remind me of these things? But I want to say, when we first started the show, we did it 7 days a week, every day. And I did it for months. And people were saying, Carla, you need to take a break. You're losing it a little. And I would say, well, yeah, but we got to keep it going. And finally, they talked me into taking 1 day or a week off on a regular basis. And one day, I'll never forget, I had to go for a doctor's appointment and everything was crazy. I couldn't find, I was going to get a blood test done. And everything went wrong in even trying to get there. And I called one of my English people, what to do. I am about to give up. And she said, you are going to take 2 days off this week. And I said to her, no, I can't. And she said, if you don't, we are all going to quit. You have a choice. Do you want your friends there or do you want to do it alone? And since then, I didn't lose everyone, but it's hard for everyone to be there on a regular basis. And I said, okay, I'll take 2 days off. I'll take tomorrow off as I planned, and I'll take Thursday off. And I could hear this big sigh, not just from the person I was talking to. I could hear it from everyone. And it felt good to learn that, yeah, I can take care of myself too. That it's not a question of just being here for everyone, but unless I have my cup full, I can't give it out to everyone. And since then, I started Mindful, and that was when I took another day off, Jeannie. But I had to because I had myself so overloaded.
There's a reason that flight attendants tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on your kids. You have to be able to support yourself before you can support others. So self-care, and we've talked about this on Mindful, self-care is important. And that's one of the changes I'd love to see in this new year, that we say, you know, self-care is important, period. You know, that we don't fight over, do you believe in vaccinations or not? You guys don't know the craziness we have over here over that. We argue about everything, you know, and I have friends who they just don't believe in taking shots. And I keep reminding them, you know, that's part of self-care, taking care of yourself so that you don't get sick, is just as important as taking care of others. And taking 5 minutes to meditate and to, you know, center yourself and remember who you are every day is just as important as taking 5 minutes to be able to get to work on time. You know, you have to take care of yourself. And if that's one change that we can affect in the world, that would be a huge, huge difference.
And that's very important. I think we forget to take care of ourselves often. We want to do everything so perfectly that we don't take care of ourselves.
And I'm going to laugh because right now I want to say, and that's why we have to practice receiving when people acknowledge us.
Okay, I know
Otherwise we
that
work. Well, one of the things, and I'm sure Dom and Huang have done this, seen this, or experienced this, where you just keep working and working and working on something. There's a point in art when you're painting a picture that you've gone too far, and you know it. You know the minute you put the paintbrush, you know that you went too far, because trying to be perfect in the art world is just not going to ever happen, because art is in the mistakes, the how we interpret something. And it's the same with how we live. So we can be a workaholic or a perfectionist, or, you know, whatever the words we want to put towards it, and run ourselves into the ground and be tired and not be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Is that a phrase that you understand, Dom? Fruits of our labor?
Yeah, can you repeat that, Ginny? Sorry.
When I say the phrase fruits of our labor, does that make sense to you? Or is that, because I know American English, we use a lot of descriptive language to paint a picture in words. So fruits of our language means the results of what we're working for. You know, it's like you've watched Western movies.
Western movie, yeah.
Yeah, and so you've heard somebody say, we're going to head them off at the pass. You know, that's when the posse's going to ride ahead of the bad guys and get them at the pass between two mountains. They're going to get around them. It's a strategy. And in business, I know I used to say, we're going to head them off at the pass, and my international executives would say, what do you mean by that? So I realized that we speak in a lot of metaphors. So that's why I wanted to stop and say, fruits of our labor is a way of saying the results of the hard work that you're doing. So we don't often get to enjoy that because we're so busy trying to be perfect. And that's the same with language. When you guys come on, I don't expect you to be perfect. You know, and I love that you two are here talking, and we should let the last few minutes go for you two talking, because it's a beautiful illustration of how practicing and having a safe space to practice has really come up with some great results, because both of you are great examples of learning English by speaking English, which is the name of the show, by the way. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, and before you say that, do you realize who gave it the name? and how it came up. We started, Rayhan and I started this show. And I used to say, speak English with a smile and laughter. And he said, no, they're learning something. Let them learn. And we changed it to learning English by speaking English. Okay, Dom, Dom and Huang, you're on.
Yes.
Begin talking.
Yep. So I agree with that. Sometimes we are like overworked, and also we keep working and dedicating, contributing into our life to do good thing for our community, and we forget to take care of our health. And also because we got like addicted, I mean, to work. When we work, we are in that kind of work, so we put our mind and all our efforts and everything there. So we, even the time as well, we forget the time flies so fast. So we look at back, oh my gosh, 1 year, 2 year, 4 years. So oh my gosh, how can we move very fast like that? So sometimes we should stay calm down. We should I mean, this time is good for us to think about, to rethink about the thing we have achieved, right? Then all the thing you have done, that's very great. So we should appreciate all the thing, all of our achievement here, even some mistake we have made in life, but also that's good, because we can learn from that, and also we can improve ourselves when we look at something we have done, even mistake or good things, right? So for me as well, every day when looking at myself, that oh, I'm 40 years old, really? I have been teaching here for 17 years. Oh, I couldn't believe in my eyes. But you know, that's kind of small success in my life when I have seen a lot of successful graduated students. They are working, and they are contributing themselves to this community, to this society, and our country economy as well. And right now we have like more than 200 students. They are living and working in Japan. They are like after graduation, they decided to move, to live and stay in Japan, and now they still keep connecting with me. Yeah, they keep contact with me as well. So that's very good. I mean, a special gift in my life when being a teacher. Yes. So thank you so much, Carla, and Ginny, and everyone here to give me the chance, to be to be next to you, to be like globally talking, sharing my experience, my story. So I don't know, I can't believe that if I don't have the chance to meet you. So I just quietly talking to myself and encourage myself. But right now, I'm so happy and so honored to go live with you, to be very famous like this. Thank you so much, Carla. I couldn't believe I'm so well known because of Carla. Thank you so much.
Really? I didn't
Yes.
know that. If I look at it, what the amount of people watching the show, I would have never known that. Do you have people starting in your group because of this show?
Yes, even my colleagues, my co-workers and staff, every day they talk about you and me on Facebook.
I would have never known it by looking at the numbers here.
Yeah.
Jeannie,
So
I hear something coming out of your head. But finish, let Halong finish first.
Yes. So even in my countries right now, I'm so well known, you know. So I'm like speechless when saying that. The first time I had a lot of hesitation when go live, when
I
putting
know.
my face publicly like this. But after many days, many months like this, you make me very famous. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carla.
And Halong, do you know that you have helped me? And do you realize that when we did those private lessons, I asked you if we could go live and do it publicly. You allowed me to do it. Do you know what that did for me? It helped me a great deal.
Oh, really?
Yes. Jeannie, open your mouth. Your head is smoking.
I was just, as she's talking about this saying, and I'm so famous, I'm thinking we have this commercial on TV right now that where the young mother, and she's writing an online endorsement for this product. You know, they're crackers. We love these crackers. They're so da-da-da-da-da-da. And at the end, she's trying to find the last word, and then she writes it, and she looks at people responding to it, and she goes, "Am I an influencer?" So it's just when you said that, I was thinking of that actress saying that line. And the truth is, the answer to that question is yes, you are an influencer. Whether you have 100,000 followers or 10 followers, you're influencing somebody. So just participating, you become a well-known influencer, which is great. Dom, you're an influencer, because people who are afraid to step up and speak will see this whether you know it or not, especially the one where you were struggling with your R's and your L's, which is a universal struggle for people speaking English from an Asian background. I grew up, my dad's name is Harry, but I was born in Japan, and so apparently I called him Hallie because everybody, you know, in Japan called him Hallie. So my grandmother thought it was the funniest thing when we moved back and I was 3 years old, calling my dad this name that I thought was right. But apparently, you know, at 3 years old, you don't know the difference. So you're helping other people, they'll see it and they'll say, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's how we influence. I do want to make one, before we go to the closing, I want to make one more commercial thing, and that's reminding people who see this that Carla has a raffle starting on Wednesday. Anybody who contributes $5 or more on the Patreon page, their name goes into a hat and will be pulled out, and the winner of the raffle will get a half-hour consultation with Carla one-on-one online. So consider
it is worth much more than.
Well, of course it is, but you know, there are different levels to contribute, and you can do a one-time contribution or you can do a monthly contribution. The contributions help to defray the cost of the show. And you know, after 4 years or so, it's probably a good time that we start to help support it. So that's my commercial.
Let me add to that commercial. People I know are watching it on YouTube. If you would just like and make a comment, it would help us grow our YouTube channel. We took it off of Facebook because it seems like I go online, they let me stay here for a week or two, and then they need to verify I am Carla again, and I'm kicked off for another week. I want you guys to know that I'm here on a regular basis. And the only way you're going to be able to know that is by watching on YouTube. I can't guarantee that it will always be on Facebook for you to come and join. So you're liking the show on YouTube, and your comments on YouTube do help me grow this show and grow the YouTube channel. And Patreon, the first raffle is on this coming Wednesday in 2 days, and I only have 3 names right now. So one of those 3 names will be getting it. I would love to have more names in order to pull from the hat. Okay, Dom, did you want to say something before we close?
Yeah, and I want a little bit. Yeah, I think I will make every effort for every day. So, and my goal is will do it. Yeah, and I think someone can do it, so I can do it. Yeah, I think, and when I try to color show, and it's helped me improve my English and for my life. And yeah, thank you, Carla, and thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dom. I appreciate it. All these comments, you guys don't realize how much it means to me to hear you say them and to hear your compliments, because it keeps me on air. It keeps me wanting to do this on a regular basis. So thank you so very much. I will be back here for those over 20, like I was today, although the name needs to be edited in YouTube, and I will be doing that. And also on LinkedIn, I saw I did the same thing. It will be edited, and I want to see more people coming in and supporting this show, because I know you're out there, you're just scared. There's nothing to be scared of. Only by doing are you going to learn. And with that, I want to thank Dom and Jeannie and Dr. Huang for coming, and Shabazz in the background taking care of the background stuff, for coming and being a part of the show today. And can we wave goodbye? Bye, everyone.
Bye bye, everyone.
Everyone.
Bye.